Some people view nature as a peaceful and serene getaway, while others view it as something to be conquered. Equip your vehicle with a Skyjacker lift kit and you'll be ready to take on the most rugged and unforgiving terrain that nature has to offer. To find an authorized Skyjacker dealer near you, give us a call at 1-866-LIFT-KIT or visit us online at Skyjacker.com.
Live in the moment. Brave the elements. Achieve the impossible. With Skyjacker, confidence comes standard. Call 866-LIFT-KIT.
Hello, I'm Scott Gross with Skyjacker Suspensions. I'm the technical training manager for Skyjacker Suspensions. What we're going to do in this DVD is have an overview of the Skyjacker Suspensions product line. What I'd like to start off with is a brief history of Skyjacker Suspensions. Lonnie McCurry Sr. established Skyjacker Suspensions in 1974. Back then when he started the company in the mid-60s, the early 70s, he started building the lift kits for the F-150 and the Broncos, the smaller Broncos, established up to the larger F-150s and the larger Broncos. We were one of the first companies out there that actually started building lift kits for these vehicles. What I'd like to start out with first is the GM or Chevrolet products. What we're going to do is go through the full line that Skyjacker Suspensions has developed for the GM products. Starting off in 2004 to 2008, we've done the GM Canyon in Colorado. What this is actually a 4-inch suspension kit torsion bar. What I mean by that, it's for 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive lift kits, but it's for the torsion bar suspensions. Some of the 2-wheel drive vehicles had coil springs, but we have developed this kit to fit either one, give 4 inches of lift. What's unique about our kit over everybody else's is the fact that it does not widen the front track width. What I mean by that is that it doesn't widen the front track width different from the rear. A lot of the other manufacturers, when they do lift these vehicles, the front track width gets wider, not at Skyjacker Suspensions. Also, another unique thing about our kit are these 2 gold brackets in the actual lift kit. What this is for the torsion bars. Instead of lowering it at the transfer case or the transmission in the rear of the vehicle, what we've done is raised it off of the lower A-arm. The reason we've done that is it gains ground clearance and also helps ride. You will keep the same ride as the vehicle did before it was lifted. Also, an option for this very vehicle, for the 04 to 08 GM Colorado or Canyon, is a front skid plate. This is a skid plate for the front differential. This is only for our kit though because of the way we do our front cross member. 07 GM to 08, GM come out with a front strut suspension for this vehicle. 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive 1500s had the strut in the front now. What we've done is we've made a wide variety of lift kits for this vehicle, but starting we have the spacer kit. Since it's a strut suspension, what Skyjacker Suspension has developed is an actual spacer that goes above the strut in the front. Very, very easy to install. What you do is you take off the 3 bolts, you drop the strut down, place this on top, and of course raise the vehicle back up. What we've done here is it does not affect ride. You do not do any cutting to the front of the vehicle whatsoever because you don't have to pull the strut apart. It goes on top. Also, what we'd like to say about this unit is that if you'll notice, this is not 2 inches thick. Even though it is a 2-inch lift kit or leveling kit for the front of this vehicle, it's only 1 inch thick. That's because of the way that the suspension is designed on the front, but it does lift it 2 inches. Also for this vehicle, what we make is a 3-inch suspension. What's unique about our lift kit over other manufacturers is the front strut. What we've done on the front strut is we've made it very, very much adjustable, consumer friendly if you will. What we've done is we put 3 different grooves in the strut, lower mount being 2.5 inches, the middle where the actual ring comes to the consumer is 3 inches, also the top groove is 3.5. The reason we say these different heights is because you're dealing with the stock coil spring that comes off the factory strut. The reason we do this for the consumer also is in case the consumer wants to go 2.5 inches in the front, he wants the back to be a little bit higher for towing, boat, trailer, or something of that nature. The higher notch or the top groove, that would be done in case he puts a heavy bumper and winch on the front, but the consumer still wants 3 inches of lift. Next, we're showing the 6-inch suspension. We make it for the pickup, SUV, Tahoe, Suburban. What we've done here is what's unique about our kit over the other manufacturers basically is the track width in the front, what we referred to earlier in the Colorado, and also the front anti-torque rod. The reason I was saying about the anti-torque rod is this vehicle has a soft durometer front differential bushing. What I mean by that is what the bushing is in older models was a whole lot harder durometer. This vehicle, when GM developed it, they made the bushing itself a little bit softer. So Skyjacker, what we've done, since it has a harmonics above 70 miles an hour, we've built the anti-torque rod, put it into our kit to where it does not have that harmonics above 70 miles an hour. It's one of the only kits out there that does that, and Skyjacker Suspension has done that. Also, 99 to 06, this is one of the vehicles that we're very, very proud of as far as there's no cutting involved with this vehicle. This means that the vehicle can be returned back to stock height. This is excellent for any of the lease vehicles or dealership trucks. What we have is a 6-inch non-skid plate kit. We also have a 6-inch skid plate kit. The reason I refer to both of those is because a non-skid plate kit, 6-inch kit, you can buy without the skid plate but can add it later for those vehicles that do not do very much off-roading. The skid plate kit, of course, is one that the guy does know that he's going to do off-roading. We offer both options though. There is a considerable difference in price for savings though. Also, we offer a 3-inch kit. The same rim we were talking about earlier, there is no cutting whatsoever. This is actually a picture, the larger picture is a picture of a 6-inch kit on a 2006 1500. What we've done here, we're trying to show you exactly what we're talking about as far as all the steering's in stock location, the differential upper mount is in stock location and not cut. The smaller picture that we're showing you here is exactly what the other manufacturers do cut. That bushing is removed with almost 80% of the kits out there today except for Skyjacker suspensions. So that's a considerable savings for the actual consumer if he's going to try to lower the vehicle back down. 2000 to 2006 SUV Yukon, we also make a 3-inch kit for these vehicles with a coil spring in the rear and also a 6-inch kit. 01 to 07 2500 HD and 1500 HD, we make a 3 and a 6 for this vehicle. The 08 version of this vehicle, when they changed the body style, if it's torsion bar, this kit will fit that truck. We offer the same option for this when it comes to 6 or 3-inch. The 6-inch kit, of course, has a non-skid plate option, just like the 1500, and a skid plate option. 88 to 98, 1500 Chevrolet, 6-lug. We have a 2.5-inch kit. Then we also offer a 4.5 to 6-inch bracket kit. Options for these years, 99 to 07. What I'd like to talk about more is the multi-shock kit. The reason being is this multi-shock kit can be used with anybody's lift kit out there or stock application. The reason I say that is the lower mount on this multi-shock kit bolts to the upper A-arm. So in other words, if the upper A-arm has not been relocated, this kit can go on any vehicle, stock or lifted, it doesn't matter. Also, the shocks that we send with this kit are half valve. What I'm saying there is that the shock itself, 2 shocks together equals 1 shock in valving. We also offer lateral strut bars for this vehicle. Single and dual steering stabilizers are offered for all of these years, 1500 and 2500. What we like to talk about here is just what we were saying earlier about the no cutting. These steering stabilizers are really made for Skyjacker suspensions only. 67 to 91 Chevrolet as far as 3/4 ton, half ton and 1 ton. Skyjacker still makes where we started as far as 2.5 all the way to 8 inches of lift. Now let's talk about the Dodge vehicle from 1961 all the way to 2008. What we're going to start with is 2006, they come out with a strut front end for the new 1500 Dodge. We have a leveling kit for this vehicle, but what we've done at Skyjacker Suspensions is we developed a strut for the front of this vehicle. The reason we've done this is because a lot of the other manufacturers, they're doing a spacer for the front of this strut vehicle. We do not at Skyjacker because of the ball joint, the upper ball joint. What happens is whenever you lift this vehicle with a spacer, it overextends the front end, which gets that ball joint in an extreme angle. Skyjacker knows this, so the reason we did a strut is because we can stop that extension, or droop if you will, that does not cause the ball joint to get in a bind. So we have a strut that's adjustable from 1 inch all the way to 2 inches in the front. 2002 to 2005 1500 Dodge, we have a 6-inch suspension for this vehicle. What we've done at Skyjacker is a lot of the other manufacturers, whenever they lift these vehicles above 4 inches, you have to replace the front drive shaft. Not at Skyjacker. We offer a non-skid plate and a skid plate suspension 6-inch for this because of the consumer can decide which way or the other they would like to lift this vehicle. The reason you don't have to replace the front drive shaft on Skyjacker suspension is for the indexing ring. This indexing ring goes in between the actual transmission and the transfer case and re-indexings or rolls the transfer case down so you do not have to replace the front drive shaft. 94 to 2007, 1500, 2500, and Mega Cab. These are the straight axle versions of the Dodge. What we've done here is we have a 2-inch spacer kit, poly. We have a 3-inch suspension kit, 2.5 R3, and then we have a 4.5 R5. The reason we say the 2 is because we're covering 1500 to 3500. Options for this vehicle, 94 to 07. What we've done is we have a multi-shock kit or dual shock kit for the front. We also have adjustable track bar for the straight axle from 94 to 02, and then we have dual steering stabilizers.